Hi guys, welcome to the very first video in the series of weekly finance discussion for Jan 5th to Jan 11, 2026, where I'm going to discuss how I am distributing or redistributing the money or paycheck I receive weekly basis to the multiple categories or multiple expenditure. So this will help you to understand how I budget my weekly plans, and somewhere it might help you as well. So let's take an example. So for Gen 5th to Gen 11th, I am going to redistribute the money on the weekly item basis, but this money gonna come from the last week of paycheck. So it's always like 1 week advance money that I receive. I plan it for the next coming week, so that everything goes as planned. Okay, so this week I received the payment of a paycheck of 570 euros. Okay, 570. So let me quickly bring you to the Excel where I do every week of redistribution of money or finances, so that I always keep a very detailed check on the item whether I am short or I have excess of money, so that I can replan or readjust everything. So if you see this Excel consists of two major boxes. First one is this one where I keep a track of the item or the things I need to spend my money on. And the second one is the money I am receiving in terms of my paycheck and the other things. In this, I have few other slots, for example, extra money. So after redistributing money to multiple places, for example, I receive X amount of money. From that money, I put some money for my rent, some money for food, and whatever the money is left as a spare or extra, it will be displayed at this place. So this will be the money that is still in my account, not spent so far. So it will keep a tally with my bank account. Okay, so this will gonna show me how much I spent it this month and how much my earning was. So it's given relatively percentage how much I am spending versus how much I am like saving. Okay, as I told you earlier, for the last week I received 570 euros as my paycheck. Okay, so if you see here, extra is the same thing. Right now, I haven't distributed this money, so I still have 570 euros as a spare, and the same amount is also available in my bank. So this is very simple. Okay, so let's start from the week of Jan that I have to plan for my finances for 570 euros. Okay, that's a good money. So let's talk about the very first finance that's very basic for everyone. That is accommodation or rent. Since living in Europe is a bit expensive, my average like my 2 months of like rent is this it's vary because 1 month I have to pay for my electric and gas bill, so relatively that week become more expensive compared to the next week where I just have to pay rent and no utility bills. So on an average, I have to pay around 880 euros or something of money every month. Okay, so this way I can like pay off my rent without any much of like hassle. So my target always by the end of the month I should have 880 euros minimum in my account for my rentals. So for this one, since I receive more than the usual money, so I'm putting 250 euros in my rental category or in rentals. Okay, so second is food. So usually the count or the rental money I'm giving, this also include food in general, but I also keep 20 euros extra. This is money I spend on the food that I consume on separate basis. For example, fruits, for example, cheese, for example, fish, chicken. So something that's extra that I consume for myself. So I keep that 20 euros separate. I know it's a bit expensive, but trust me, living in Europe is always expensive. Okay, so 20 euros is always for my food. That's by default. For clothing, I am not putting it because this is not necessity, it's a luxury. So I'm keeping it separate at that moment. Let's revisit this category if I have spare money to keep on. Okay, but I need to at least keep 140 euros if you can say for my interview dress. So this upcoming months, I'm trying to search, or like I'm in a job hunt. So I'm trying to figure out if I can get some interviews. So for that, I particularly need formal dresses. For that, I'm just keeping a slot of 140 euros. So let me fill this slot as we progress. Let's see how it goes. And now here, so if you see here, I always keep 6 euros. So see here, if you see this one, so this is the amount I need to gather throughout the month. Okay, so like for example, rent is 840, 820 is fine. For food, because 20 euros I put every week, so it's like 80 euros. Uh, Clothes is like putting 5 euros. If I have extra to spare, I will keep 5 euros, and my target is always like 20 to 50 euros. So not much, but it's okay. For here, I need to keep a weekly installment of 6 euros so that my monthly target of 21 euros can be reached. So here is necessity, so I'm putting 6 euros here. So when I say here is like my barber, so I'm talking about the barber and haircut. For shoes, let's keep it aside for a moment. Health is very important. I'm keeping 22 euros, but since I have reduced the number of hours I'm doing as part time, so I'm usually keeping a tab of like 15 euros. If I have a spare and all the other categories are filled, then I will put extra money into this one. Okay. Then lend, I haven't lended to anyone. Date, so 10 euros. So when I say date means to what it is to spend on yourself, like when if I'm going out and I feel like eating something, I can use this money. If I am outside, I want to buy something for my personal pleasure, so I will utilize this money. So this is the money that's gonna fund that buying, not any other money, or the money from other categories is gonna fund that thing. So remember, you have to keep certain money for your needs or your desires. Okay, so that's desire. It's not a necessity, but it's one of the a priority slot that you should always have in your budget sheet. Miscellaneous, like if you have some extra money to spare, you can't put it anywhere. I think either put it an extra or put it in miscellaneous. Miscellaneous slot is something item that may come in the future, is not part of this one, so you don't want to edit more again and again. Like for example, like after 2 months there's gonna be a drop of certain foodie or something, and you need to buy for like 50 euros or 60 euro, and it's a one time activity, right? So you are not going to create one item for that. So miscellaneous is for those category where you need to buy something, or you want to spend something for one time or two times something. Okay, so right now I don't have any kind of requirements, so I'm keeping it aside. Canva, I'm using it to create thumbnails and the stuff, so I'm paying it a monthly subscription. So weekly I'm keeping a 3 euros tab on that. Mobile recharge, that's necessary because I need to recharge it on monthly basis. So yes. So I always keep 4 euro as a recharge. Okay, you can see it. Weekly installment is 4 euros. Monthly it comes to 16 or 15 euros based on my needs. Okay, because the monthly recharge goes to 12.99 euros. So 4 for 16. So I have like 3 euros extra. Either I can use that deposit for the next month, or I can redistribute somewhere else. So it's completely fine. Coursera, I am not taking it right now. Why? Where it went? Okay. Okay. So timing, I'm not. I have already canceled the subscription, so I'm not using it. So let's keep it. So since I am running, if you don't know, I have a series of running every day. You can watch it as ASMR or like for your fun. It's really good. I really love that. So I'm also doing physical exercises, running and walking. So I need whey protein to keep my protein level check, or protein intake daily basis check. So I am taking whey protein as one of the source of protein. Okay, so now LinkedIn I'm not using time being, so I cancel the subscription. So no need for putting this money here. Okay, so travel is needed, 5 euros. So in Europe, mostly you will see there is trams or buses are there, so you can use your car to tap it to recharge that. You usually keep it 5 or 10 euros. So every week I keep 5 euros. Usually I don't travel much, but this money might be useful for future travel. because I am thinking to travel more this year. So this is good. Emergency fund is always needed. Right now, how much extra money I have? See here, extra money I have like 247. So how should I do it? Should I put money or not? Let's see later. Yeah. Business right now I don't need it. Visa, no. Engagement, no. House investment, no. Liability, that's already paid. Education is paid. Mobile, I don't need at the moment. Marriage is not. So now I have like 247 euros extra, right? So let's revisit every category again and see if I can revise the plan. Rental 250 is okay. I don't need to put more. Food 20. Okay, it's done. I don't need to revise it because it's the limit I always keep for myself. So that I don't eat extra or buy on impulse. So I keep 20 euros as a threshold, as upper limit. Then about clothes, since I have 247, so I can keep 40 euros for clothes because I need this clothing very soon. So yep. Here, I think since I have money, I can increase this money by 10 euros or to 10 euros since I have some extra. So yeah, let's make it 10 euros because I don't have any money saved here. You can see it. There is no money that came from December. Like it's completely zero for this category. So let's increase it 10 euros so I can have like good budget before this month end. After this one for shoes, 60 euros. I'm keeping a tab. Let's put all 60 here so that I can close this category. And in the future paycheck, I can use this for my clothes. Okay, so now let's talk this one. Lend, I don't lend any money so far, so let's keep it empty. 10 is still fine. I don't need to increase this one. 3, 4 is the upper limit, so it's also good. No need to worry. 10 euros is okay. Travel fund less increased by 8 euros because I don't have any money on my card left. So I think 8 euros suffice the need. Then for emergency right now I have 150. So simply let's put 50 euros here. And for business, so business is like when I need to spend something related to my business, like for example, camera, a mic, or certain other the subscription or something. So this business a category help me to tackle or prepare myself for future uh, unseen and miscellaneous expenditure. So I always keep a good tab, 100 euros. For emergency is like something happened and I all of a sudden I need money. I can't take it from other categories because those are essentials, right? And those non-essential are still somewhere needed in the future, directly or indirectly. They are also important. So that's why emergency fund is always needed. Right now it's 50. I will grow it to 1,000 euros. So that's how it's gonna be happening. Okay. So now let's get back to here. Life 150, 570 I receive as a paycheck. How much extra is left? Zero because I already redistributed to all the categories. How much money I have as extra zero as seen earlier? In my bank account, 570 euros are there, right? So that means I haven't spent money so far. So that's why it's like this. Now let me give you the things of what happened. Currently, I have already bought groceries for 20 euros. Okay, so now see, now my bank account has reduced from 570 to 550 because 20 euros is already flown out of my pocket from or my bank account. So this is the deduction place where I put the money whatever I have used for that particular category. Okay. Uh, After that, for my health and supplements, I had to get some extra from early because I need to buy something. So currently, I already bought for like 20 euros. Okay, so if you see here, negative. So that means, so this actually shows how much money you have accumulated for this category. Right now it's -5. That means I am in a credit. So with my next week of payment, this gonna dissolve. So I don't need to worry because next week I'm going to get my money again. So with that, that 15 euros or maybe more money I will put, that will 15 will reduce at 5, and then here it will be only 10 euros. Or if I put like 20 as my contribution towards this category, subtracting this 5 from the this week of credit, so it's gonna be 15 euros. So that's how I manage it, and this is very super helpful because it helped me to keep align myself with the things I need to purchase or put my money on, rather than totally clueless about my finances and later on struggling and becoming completely broke. That's it for this week. Let's meet next week, next discussion, and I hope this is helpful. If you need my help with regarding anything, let me know on the comment section. Till then, take care. Bye bye.